Sex trafficking. We've all heard the phrase and know that it's happening in Florida.
Right, but the numbers are startling and the story's heartbreaking. Tonight, a sex trafficking survivor shares how she got pulled in with our Meredith McDonough.
I got to the point where I couldn't even make basic decisions for myself. I felt like I had no idea how to even pick what I wanted to eat for dinner because every decision that he possibly could control was controlled over me.
Olivia Littleton lives in Central Florida. Originally from the Midwest, she describes her upbringing as normal. She's now enjoying married life and has a career helping victims of human trafficking because she was one herself.
I thought I would always be someone that was a victim, that someone else had control over my life.
Olivia was 19, playing volleyball at Georgetown University when she got on a dating app and connected with a man 15 years older. She says he gained her trust.
So he really started by just being someone that would listen to me. He was older, so he would offer things like coming to see me and taking me to dinners. A couple months in, he then kind of flipped the script slowly into asking for photos and videos that were increasingly more sexually explicit, and then used those photos and videos to keep me in exploitation because he would threaten things like posting the photos all over my campus, sending them to my friends and family.
Olivia's nightmare got worse. Her trafficker was selling the photos and videos online, and then he demanded more.
It then increased to, well, now you need to meet people in person. And so it just slowly increased from the online exploitation into in-person exploitation. I didn't want anybody to know that I had gotten myself into this situation because that's what I was told is, well, you chose this. You're the one that started sending the photos and videos. No one's forcing you to do this. Well, really, they are forcing you. It's just they have an emotional hold on you. He had a mental hold on me.
Olivia was able to get out of the situation when her trafficker was arrested on child pornography charges. Her story, though, is becoming far too common.
Survivors and victims can take their lives back.
Ron Stucker is the director of the Metropolitan Bureau of Investigation for Orange and Osceola counties.
Commercial sex, there can be force, fraud, or coercion that are involved. Those are elements we're looking for with an adult. With a juvenile, simply if a juvenile is involved in commercial sex, it is human trafficking.
In 2023, MBI provided services to 65 victims of human trafficking. That's more than one a week.
Human trafficking is very much a supply and demand type of crime. If there was not a demand out there for it, there would not be a supply. And people are willing to pay for commercial sex.
The U.S. Department of State reports there are an estimated 24.9 million victims of human trafficking worldwide. It generates $150 billion annually, with profits greater than the sale of drugs or guns. The U.S. is one of the top destinations for victims of trafficking, and Florida is a top spot for traffickers. It's our tourism and transient population, along with large sporting events, our ports and convention centers that bring traffickers. While runaways and foster children can become more vulnerable to trafficking, one expert in the field says it takes 17 minutes to entice a child to send them a nude photo.
They're going to promise you the world. Oh, and by the way, here's a picture of me. And then the next picture, and then the next picture, send me one of yours. I'll just for you, just for me, just between the two of us, because I really care about you. And done.
Jen Edwards with Paving the Way Foundation goes into schools all over the state to educate students and parents about dangers that exist online.
Florida ranks 3rd in the country for calls to the National Trafficking Hotline. Orange County is 2nd in the state, according to DCF, for child sexual exploitation.
This exploitation is why women like Olivia, who lived this, are now working to help others in similar situations. She's an anti-trafficking supervisor for One More Child. Olivia is now sharing her story from the steps of our nation's capital to local events at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. She wants survivors to know their story is not over.
I really believe that I have a God that has redeemed this story, that's taking horrible things that had happened to me and allowing me to use those for good.
Again, that was Meredith McDonough reporting for us there. If you or someone you know is a victim of sex trafficking or human trafficking, help is out there. The number to the confidential National Human Trafficking Hotline is on your screen here. You can call or text that number. We've also posted this information at WESH.com.